right, welcome back to another fantastic episode of Orange Peelers.
Episode 26, or is it actually?
Well,
No, we've had the Origin previews.
We're heading into round 26. It'd be episode 29.
You reckon?
Because of 3 Origin games. That's
Wow.
just quick math.
29 episodes.
Number 30 next week. We might have to get a cake in here.
Yeah, maybe 100 episodes if we get to that point, which we hope we do.
100 episodes.
Yeah.
That's the goal, I reckon.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll last another couple of weeks. When South Smith's the semis in 2 weeks, you might walk out.
They haven't missed it yet. They're in the 8.
I've heard rumours that you're going to walk out of the podcast if South Smith missed the 8.
Who from?
I just made him up
Your mate
myself.
Buzz.
Yeah, I heard it. Buzzy's reporting that if South missed the 8, Zane Pottery's going to walk off Orange Peelers and not do any semi-final episodes.
No.
Can you deny the rumours?
I'll deny the rumours right now. I'll still be here every week.
All right, there you go.
We're not missing the 8. So
You're more...
that's irrelevant. Like I said
mate.
weeks ago, it will not happen. I refuse to believe it happened.
Hope you haven't bought any finals tickets, hey?
No, I brought... Yeah, no, I don't know where we're playing.
Well, they won't be playing.
Well, I'm certain we're going to be playing week 1 at Shark Park, so...
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon, I hope at least.
I'd rather just not go to Shark Park.
Well, yeah, I hate the
How
stadium.
are they hosting final games? It's like it holds less than Belmore.
It's a terrible ground, but, whatever, it's finals. We'll deal with it when
Home
it comes, Trolls return
If
game.
it comes... Anyway, before we get into all the fun stuff, which we've already started getting into it, but let's do our Player of the Week, brought to you by our lovely sponsors, the Vintage Thread, best NRL graphic t-shirts in the game, best sports graphic t-shirts in the game. As we speak, so if you're watching this is true information. They're dropping a Tilly shirt in,
They are?
I guess, in memoriam of the Tillies, I guess, coming forth. Do they deserve a statue for coming forth? Probably not, but they do deserve a T-shirt from the Vintage Thread, and that's what you can buy yourself, ladies and gentlemen. If you want any T-shirt of any player, if they don't have it on the website, you just tell them what player you want, and you can go cop a shirt. Zane's got his Troll Mitt one. He doesn't like wearing it anymore because Troll sucks, and he's suspended.
Since when?
I've got my Matty Burden one. If you want to go buy one, and you want a cheeky discount, use code HOTDOG10 and go cop
Hot Dog 10
one.
now, is it?
HOTDOG10, you get 10% off.
Ah, yes, okay. No, I knew that.
Pick or bet hot dog, the Vintage Thread hot dog 10. And the Instagram is at the Vintage Thread _. Go check them out. But Zane, your player of the week, do you have one in mind?
Tough this week. I didn't think there was too many standout exceptional players.
Surely most disappointing is pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm not going him though.
Surely.
I'm going to South Guy, but it's not the one you're thinking of. I'll go Liam Martin.
For player of the
round,
week?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can live with that.
He had a great game against the Titans, I thought. And
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about him, really. Yeah.
My player of the week, I think you'll like this one. Appy Coruscant.
Yeah, I literally nearly said his name.
Yeah, wasn't he terrific at the end of that Tigers
have
game?
that sort of performance against the Roosters this week. Maybe there'll be some
Yeah.
trouble.
Ice Appy.
Most disappointing?
I've gone Troll Mitt.
Yeah.
I can't not lie.
He's the obvious choice.
He
but
was pretty
He
disappointing.
was, but I'm not going in because
Are you on
I love
Ilias?
the guy.
Oh.
I'm going with someone who has had an exceptional season but been pretty poor lately. Campbell Graham.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go Cookie.
No, not
Plenty to
Cookie's
choose
been
from
good.
South.
Cookie's been good.
I saw a lot of people blaming him for their loss.
Who, cool. I thought he was one of our better players, but yeah.
Yeah,
Campbell
stretch.
Graham, his defense.
He did leak a couple. Hey?
I know he's injured at the moment, but his defense has been very poor. And all those tries really came from his missed tackles.
Yeah, hard to argue.
So yeah, I'm going to go Campbell Graham. And I hate doing that, but...
Sorry, Stretch. Gramble.
Gramble, sorry.
Gramble.
He's still probably going to get centre of the year, though. You'd have to think.
Yeah, he'd be close. I think Crichton will get one.
There's 2 of them. Oh, Farnworth's up there. Staggs is up there.
Yeah.
Paul Alamotti as
Braden
well.
Burns. Paul Alamotti. I forgot he existed. No, he'd be up there.
Great.
I'm trying to think.
He'd have to be.
Yeah.
Well, when he has a blinder around 27, he'll seal that spot then.
There's not really anyone else I can think of outside of the Broncos centers and Panthers centers. Like Tungo.
Oh, yeah.
He's been very good this
Penasini,
year.
maybe.
Oh, Tomoko.
Gagai.
Gagai's been good of late.
Yeah, lately.
Bradman Best.
Early in the year, he was
Bradman
rubbish.
Best.
Oh, yeah.
Played Origin.
Our favourite guy on this podcast, Adam Pompey, possibly.
Pompey?
Yeah. Why not? But yeah,
Why
we'll
not?
talk about that soon.
Yeah.
Maybe in a few weeks with
we will
a
be
few
doing
special
our,
guests. That could
yeah,
be a
we
good
will be
idea.
doing our Dally M predictions. All right, Zane, let's get into some rugby league. We've been talking rugby league, but let's get into some games. There was 8 games on the weekend. a full draw, obviously. The first one, Sharks, Cowboys. I thought it was a good game.
I thought it was good. I thought they'd be better. But they were awful in that.
Yeah, they
second
were
half.
pretty bad.
I tipped the Cowboys as well. I thought, everyone's saying, Paul Green's memorial, they'd have a blinder, but unfortunately they didn't. The Sharks were all over him in this game.
And there was moments in the game where the Cowboys looked good, but at the same time, there was lots
early
of
in the
moments where they
game
didn't
especially.
look good. Oh, the first 30
I
minutes
thought,
was
they
terrific.
could win this here, but no, they just...
Yeah, fell off in the second half,
Shark-
especially.
Cowboys season over? Or
Nah, their season lies in the hands of the Panthers, though.
I know.
It's literally. I think if Panthers rest those players in the last
you'd have to
round,
think they beat Dolphins this week.
Yeah.
You'd have to think so. Yeah,
they have
Panthers
to win
may
both
rest
games.
players.
They have to. That's the equation for them. They have to win both games.
Yeah, exactly.
Panthers around 27. They beat them earlier in the year when they rested players. It just literally comes down to
And they were missing
want
players as well in that game, Cowboys, by the way.
It is in Penrith as well, which would be tough. So there's a few round 27 games that are shaping up to be absolute crackers, and that's one of them. There's 3 that I can think of just off the top of my head that'll be absolute, or even 4 even, if you include Bulldogs Titans.
Gosh. Yeah, that's going to be a hectic round 27.
Yeah. How about the Sharkies? They looked very, very good here. They've found a bit of form.
Yeah.
They were in 4th on the live ladder after the game. They're holding in 5th
They
spot.
could still sneak a top 4 spot.
That's what I'm thinking. Because
I hope they don't, but, because I'd like to see my team play in week 1 of the finals because they have a terrible finals record, but
It'd be a
they're playing
rematch from
good,
last
I
year,
guess.
hey?
Yeah, they're playing good, I guess. That's what you can say. Can they beat top 8 sides, though?
So Storm played. I'm just trying to look at if they can get into the top 4. Storm play Titans and Broncos. So they win at least one of those games, possibly 2. Sharks play Knights and then Raiders. So I don't think they get top 4 based off that. What do you think?
No. I'll say no, just,
And so what, you think they're going to come 5th and South 8th? Or are you thinking 6th and 7th?
I'm thinking Sharks 5th. Oh, actually, no, Knights. No, I'll stick with Sharks at 5th. Then.
Yeah, true.
Bunnies
Knights
at
could
8th.
jump.
Yeah, Knights cool.
I think whoever wins out of them this weekend
could get the 5th.
will get 5th.
And I think Storm will beat the Broncos round 27 next week.
Well, I think if they beat Titans, that almost locks them into the top 4.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It'll come down to for and against if they lose to Broncos. But winning it gets them pretty close because their for and against is the better of Sharks and Knights at the moment. So as I said, just that round 27,
Big round, isn't it?
lots of good games.
Poor Eels playing their final game this week.
That's so unfortunate.
It is. What a
Isn't
shame.
that sad? Losers, jokes. No, I actually do feel sorry for them because I've spent all year hyping up, saying how that round 27 is the best buy ever.
Yeah.
You couldn't have a better buy. Now it's the worst buy ever.
Yeah, it's meaningless, isn't
Because it's cutting your season short. Even South's buy this week, that's pretty unfortunate timing in my opinion because it's obviously with Latrell's suspension,
Yeah,
it's forced him to miss the last game.
If only we could play the Dogs or the Tigers this week.
Yeah.
Would have been nice, but whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but at least they get to rest everyone going into round 27 like that. It's still a good buy.
It's going to be fireworks that game.
Fireworks.
Literally, like I said, a elimination final a week before finals. We technically have top 9 this year.
It's literally it's crazy because it's not.
I said weeks ago it could come down to this deciding who makes
I think we've said it months ago. I said it months ago. I threw up the idea that if Roosters could pull things together, they could make it them versus South elimination. You didn't want to hear it.
Apparently, they've sold over 25,000 tickets already. Yeah, they reckon they could get close to 50,000 to that.
They could be it's dead set. A lot of the time, you have these games around 27.
You can't get to that
where it's
game.
Elimination if, but it's not. There's no ifs. It doesn't matter the other games because if Cowboys win, it's still the winner of South Roosters makes and the loser misses it.
Yeah.
It just changes that they go to get 8th. They get
Cowboys are
7th.
hoping for a draw, I think.
Yeah.
But
What would it'd be for and against if it's a draw, I think.
Pretty much, yeah. South have the upper on that.
Because
by
if
a lot.
Cowboys win both, they go into 8th, and then it's the winner of South Roosters goes to 7th. From what I did on my ladder predictor.
Okay, yeah.
So it'll be good.
It's yeah.
You wouldn't want to miss it.
You wish you would come to that.
Don't get me
I
started.
know a lot of creators are coming to this game. It's like, look, I don't care whatever happens the rest of the season. This is the real grand final. This is the real grand final. I don't care if South's got to run. This will be my real grand final. This game.
How are you gonna feel when Roosters win and you have to wear a Roosters hat onto the podcast?
I completely forgot about that, but we'll worry about that, like, because it's not going to happen.
You really enjoy wearing other teams' merch, don't you?
No, I don't. I
Clearly do.
Don't know. I get blackmailed, you know.
You get
When off camera, there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes.
What's that meant to mean? What?
Well, we won't discuss it on camera.
What? These are incredible. You may walk off this podcast. All right, Zane. Warriors Manly.
Yes, I didn't get to watch this game, so tell me about it.
So you're a fake Warriors fan? Are you on the bandwagon or nah?
No, I'm not yet.
Yeah, true.
Not yet.
Up the waz.
Tell me about it.
Mate,
I saw the last 5 minutes, I can tell you that, which I'm glad I did because that was probably the most iconic moments of this game.
Yeah. I think it was just Manly were up for the game, jumped in the grind. Both wingers, Saab first half hat
Do you
trick.
think the Warriors
scored
have
a
a
hat
loss
trick.
coming? Like,
What's that?
I feel like the Warriors have a loss coming.
Not regular season.
Not regular season.
They have fallen off a little bit. Oh, I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but like they're not winning
As dominant
convincingly,
as what they were,
yeah. But at the same time, you sort of want these games heading into finals so you get used to winning in multiple types of ways. You know what I mean? You don't want to just be tailing up teams because then if you end up in a grind in finals, you feel a bit lost. But if they're playing in field goal wins, which they've done recently, massive wins, which they've done recently, and then just like grindy games where you get a 7-point win, it helps come finals
I
because you
love
know
how
what
Mount
you're doing.
Smart like when they shoot the fire up in the air, they do it before the tries even scored. Like if a break's made, they set the fire off. Like it's so cool.
How good! I know I said it the other way, but their crowds just look so good.
They do.
The
Like
spider wires, all the signs. So the Warriors, as I said, the Warriors grinded out the win, but Manly, they were up for the fight. I'm pretty sure they led at halftime. In fact, looking at the score sheet, I think they did. So Manly were up for it, and that's what Manly have been doing the last couple of weeks. They've been up and in games, but they haven't really been winning.
Yeah, no.
Like you look at the Roosters game, the Panthers game, and now this game. If they even win just 2 of those games, they're still competing for the A. It hurts.
It does hurt.
And now Garrick's out.
Yeah.
For
What do you
this
think
week?
of,
Yeah,
what did you think of
I was about
that
to ask you.
situation?
So you saw it?
Well, I think it should be a penalty.
Really?
I'll tell you why. Like,
Tell me why.
if it was on the full, that would have been a penalty. But because it bounced, it's not. Like,
Well, I
that's a joke.
think that the crick was made. That's the rule. I see what you're saying.
I've seen
though.
comments like, what about the players who score in the corner? They land in dangerous positions.
Yeah, they do.
So what's this like? You know
But
what I mean?
the players don't. There's no penalties when they land in dangerous
I
positions.
know,
in the
but like
corner.
they're landing in dangerous positions, more dangerous than that.
What's your point?
Like when players get tackled in the air,
Oh, like for a contest.
when they're scoring tries in the corner, they're landing in more dangerous positions than
And there's-
players that are getting tackled.
They're
in the
not
air.
penalised when they're diving in the
I
corner.
know.
So what's your point?
Yeah, but what I mean is, how is it considered a dangerous? Like, you know, when players complain about it being dangerous, how come they can dive in the corner and do like land on their backs and that? Like,
I don't understand what you're saying because you said you thought this should be
I'm
a
saying
penalty.
like diving in corners and scoring tries
Yeah.
is more dangerous than getting tackled in the air.
Yeah, but you said getting tackled. The Ruben Garrick getting tackled should have been a penalty.
I'm like saying if like a tackle in the air is a penalty, that should be a penalty as well.
But what's your argument with the wingers in the corner?
I'm saying that's more dangerous.
Are you
than
saying
both
that
of
should
the
be a penalty as well?
No, I'm saying that's
Oh.
more dangerous than both those situations, like as a whole different point.
Yeah.
But when there's a player that's getting tackled in the air, if like that situation with Garrick had, that should be a penalty as well.
Yeah, I don't. But like, I understand that in a contest that's a penalty, and the Garrick one's similar to a contest. But based on the rules, like nothing was illegal.
Yeah,
Because
based on the rules, but
based on the
I
rules,
reckon it
nothing was
should be
illegal.
that.
So you think the rule should change? Should
Yes.
be different?
Yes.
Because
they
like
can
the
score
ball,
tries in the
it wasn't
corner,
off a
and
contest.
that's
Like it
more
was off a
dangerous than what
pass.
that was.
It's like if I pass someone the ball and they jump to catch it, that shouldn't be a penalty if they get tackled. It's their choice to jump to catch it.
Exactly. I know that.
Like it was sort of and people saying he got put in a dangerous position. He landed on his back.
Yeah, but like it could have landed on his head.
But he
though.
didn't.
If he did land on his head, would it have been?
Yeah,
a
because then
penalty?
he's put in a dangerous position. But he wasn't put in a dangerous position.
But if he caught that on the full and that exact same thing happened, he landed the same spot, it would have been a penalty.
Yeah, because then it's off a kick,
See,
which is
that's
the rule.
Yeah, exactly. I know, but it should change.
Well, Maybe, I don't know, because it's his choice to
A
jump.
lot of Manly fans.
But then you could
agree
also
with me.
argue it's your choice to jump going for a kick. So yeah, I think there's reason for the rule to change, but based on how the current rules are, there was nothing wrong with it. Like, what do you want Chance to do? Like, wait for him to land on the ground? Like, he's in the heat of the moment, like competing for the ball, and he's just making a tackle off a pass. Like, he landed on his back. He wasn't put in a dangerous position. And the ref explained it. The ref said he wasn't put in a dangerous position, which implied that if he was, it would have been a penalty. But he wasn't.
Like, I'm just like Manly fans have been whinging about it all week. I've heard about it so many times. Just
But I think
recently.
it was fine, to be honest.
So you think it was fine? I think it should have been a
And I know he's broken his back, but like, that's rugby league. He wasn't put in a legal
Rugby
position.
league, sorry.
He was hit hard.
Got to say it correctly. Rugby league.
Rugby league. So yeah, it is a weird one because like I agree though, the rules don't align. Do they? Like
No,
they don't.
they don't.
They don't. Because as you said, it's a penalty if you catch it in a contest, like off a kick on the full. But then that's the same sort of thing, but off a pass, and it's not a penalty. But based on the rules, there was nothing wrong with it. But yeah, maybe there's something wrong with the rules. It's a weird situation. And the Manly fans saying it cost them the game. Nah,
Oh,
it didn't.
yeah, it sort of did.
You reckon it did?
Because they scored off that set. That's
Yeah,
the
but
thing.
that was just off. Manly's
I know it's
defense was
defense,
terrible.
I know, but they scored off that set.
They cost themselves the
That's the
game.
point they're trying to make there. Manly
Yeah, I
Force.
don't know.
But anyway,
I don't
Friday
think so.
night.
Like it was the right call based
okay,
on the
sorry.
rules. The other Friday game, Roosters dominated the Eels and they just
It was
continued
very-
their run to the finals.
It was-
to premiership glory.
I remember a few weeks ago, you said the Roosters were no hope.
I didn't say that.
You did say it. You're like, yeah, they're gone.
I've said all year that they're going to win the comp. I've said it since the start.
Wow. I know most creators did not have them winning the comp.
I've said since our very first episode, Roosters to win the comp.
They won't.
And
though.
I've never ever changed my mind, not once.
They're
never.
Not, they're not going to, though.
I specifically remember we had Haynes in here and I did not whisper to you that I think Roosters will miss that. Never said that.
You have
I've
said
been
it.
writing them all the way home.
Insert the footage. I remember when we asked a few weeks ago, are they gone? You were like, yeah, I think so as well.
I've just backed him in all year, never in doubt.
But Eels were very good in the first 20 minutes of this game, and I thought they'd win it. But
They were up for it.
and then poor old Teddy knocked out once again. But Roosters just too good in the end.
He's out this week.
He is.
Don't sleep on the Tigers, hey.
Oh, I love it. They
There's
won.
some people sleeping on the Tigers.
Roosters, if Tigers win this game, it'll be right up here.
And then we'll have to
But
get
it will
Hainsey.
ruin round 27. Like
Yeah,
we'll-
that's
we'll just-
true.
yeah.
For the sake of narrative, you want Roosters to beat Tigers.
Yeah, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it'll relieve some stress if they lose this game.
Yeah, that's
Tigers,
true. That's
please
true.
win. Just please.
But yeah,
bloody
as you
win.
said, I thought Eels, they were up for it at the start.
They were, but season over.
Yeah, no,
guys.
season is over.
Off
They've got
the
one more
barley they
game.
go.
Well, how unfortunate is it that their last game of the season again is against Panthers for the third year in a row? That must suck.
Yeah, it must.
I mean, you would know, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know.
You know.
There's a lot of teams that know, but
That's true.
you know, I try to forget the positives, like Good Friday, for example, or just we just own the Dogs. Don't we?
Who was
Yeah.
your player of the match in this one?
in this game?
Yeah. Who was your man of the match?
Suwali.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. How good's his hair look?
Yeah, South legend. Suwali. Well, he never played first grade game, but
He's
it
a
was part
South
of-
legend. I'll count it.
Again, we breed the players. The
Yeah.
Roosters take
You
them.
created him.
Exactly.
You created him.
Exactly.
His hair, though, it's hot.
Yeah.
He's a hot boy. Enjoy that rugby.
What about your
union.
player of the round in this game? Who was it?
My
Or
player of the
match?
game?
Yeah.
I can't argue against Sully.
Yeah.
I think purely his hair gets him man of the match, but no, he was very good in this one. I thought Tedesco was playing good before he got knocked out as well, to be honest.
Compare him to Latrell. He had a very good game.
Even
Tedesco.
Kiri was all right. Do you reckon?
We don't ever hear that often. do
That's
we?
what
Kiri
I
was
said.
all right.
That's why I said even. Like,
I
it was
think
a bit of a
Roosters fans will agree
surprise.
with you there. Oh, Kiri was good. When did that
Yeah,
happen?
I was like, even
Just like
Kiri's
saying
good.
Lachlan Ilias had a good game.
Remember when he used to be like shoe in New South Wales half?
Yeah.
And then he played one game and hasn't played since.
Yeah, and it was a terrible game.
Got replaced by South legend Cody Walker.
Exactly.
Roosters, Zane, are they playing finals footy?
Well, no, they're not because they won't beat the Rabbitohs. Just won't happen.
I think they're winning the comp. I've said it since the
No way in the world.
season preview.
They will not beat the Panthers if they do make it. They will not beat the Panthers. They will not beat the Broncos. We saw them against the Broncos a few weeks and they got their ass kicked. Like,
if you look at the Roosters 3 or 4 weeks ago, I think you looked at their draw. Who'd they lose to?
Broncos.
Was that their last loss?
Yeah.
And
when they got pumped.
so heading into the Broncos game, they won a game. It was right up, not long after we had Hainsey on.
So they won one game, which was the Titans one.
Yeah, and the equation was that to go on a run. It was basically if they lose to Broncos.
I know they've had a
over.
very easy draw recently, but they have been dominant in all those games, I will admit.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, like, heading into the Broncos game, I remember it was they can still make the 8 if they win, like, all their games. And then they lost to the Broncos, and it was like, oh, like, they're now into mathematical territory. And they literally have to win every single game. And it looked like an impossible task 3 weeks ago. But now they've won 3 in a row. They head into Tigers and South, and it's looking possible.
It is possible, but it won't happen.
But my point is
on it. Well, I won't mention it.
on
a gambling site.
On Pickle Bet. Pickle Bet.
On Pickle Bet, because I know on another gambling site they're paying $151 to win the comp, and South Sydney are paying $7.50.
Yeah.
So
You're saying put your house on the Roosters.
who I am not saying that.
But yeah, my point is that 5 weeks ago this was an impossible task. But now it's possible. So you got to remember, like, it was an impossible task 5 weeks ago. It sort of still is very hard to win that many games in a row, even though they've won 3 in a row. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That's just it's a bit of math for you to do at home. Did you?
I
you
couldn't
looking
find
for
it anyway.
I'll have a look.
Yeah. People
Alright.
have the best odds though.
Oh, 100%.
Shouldn't even actually in other gambling
I
sites.
don't even know why you'd bother going on a single other gambling website because Picklebet is where it's at. Speaking of Appy Coruscant, which we weren't at all, but Tigers Dolphins.
Pretty pooey of a game, but
I thought it was a cracker.
I thought it was boring.
Both teams were just
Crowd
playing
was
careless
boring.
footy.
Crowd was boring. The game was boring. Jerseys were boring. You know,
I thoroughly
ending was
enjoyed
good,
it.
but
I thought it
pretty
was
sloppy game.
because both teams were just scoring tries. It was just
Dolphins
attacking footy.
losing another tight game as well.
How good's their black jersey?
I like
you
it as
see
well.
it?
Yeah.
That's such
And
a
I
nice
reckon
jersey.
that should replace their white one because I can't stand their white jersey one.
Well, they
bit.
said it's their alternate one. Does that mean it's the away?
Well, alternate normally means third.
But yeah, but they didn't really have a third. I guess their heritage.
Yeah.
Maybe it's replacing that. But I agree. I hope it replaces the white one.
Yeah, the white one's
Because
awful.
it's nice. I think a lot more teams should have black jerseys.
Yeah.
You know who I was thinking would look sick in a black jersey, as much as I hate to say it? Parramatta.
You reckon?
Instead of their white jersey. I reckon they'd look sick in a black jersey.
Black instead. Oh,
You don't reckon? I reckon it looks sick.
nah. I don't
Titans
think
would have a sick black jersey.
so. Titans.
Black and aqua.
Yeah, Titans
be
can make
sick.
sick jerseys
Raiders?
all the time. Yeah, well, they had the grey one
Yeah.
last year, didn't they?
Broncos had a black Nines one once. Obviously, like Panthers already have black one. Warriors had a black one in the past. Bulldogs have black jerseys in the past. Tigers obviously have a black one. But yeah, I feel like Dragons, they had a black, their Indigenous jersey was
With
black.
black, yeah. They have black ones occasionally.
South could do with like a more black one with red and green. I can look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like black jerseys.
Yeah.
But the Tigers beating the Dolphins by 1, as we said
And
at the start, yeah.
crossbar challenge field goal.
Penalty goal.
Penalty goal.
Everyone talks about how clutch that goal was. The kickoff was almost more clutch. That short kickoff, he got that so perfect. It was just incredible from Appy Coruscant. A really good 60 seconds for him. Luke Brooks' barbecue thoughts?
How weird's that?
Yeah,
Getting a barbecue like to farewell
it's something.
a club legend.
Club legend.
It's just
He's been there for 11 years.
It's just strange the way they gave it to him.
Do you reckon he asked for it?
Oh, I don't know. Like,
Has he requested the
I haven't
barbecue?
seen the video footage of what happened, but they're like, "What?
It was awkward on the field.
You're having a barbecue. Thanks for your service."
From what I saw, they barely presented it to him. They just Benji just came like shook his hand, they got a photo and Benji just walked off. But that might have been post game, that might have been after the presentation. Because I think I read they presented it to him before the game. But that was just so weird. Surely he's requested it. Like, because a lot of the time you get framed jerseys or like match ball or, that sort of thing. Surely they've gone to him like, what do you want? And he
You'd have
wants
to
a
think so.
barbecue.
You'd have to think so, really.
And then they've got the little plaque on it.
Yeah.
Is he ripping that off when he gets
I
home?
don't know. Like,
Surely.
the whole situation is just weird.
It's very West Tigers.
Yeah.
Do you see, obviously you did see, you sent it to me, the CEO suing that podcast.
I
For
want to know what
defamation?
they said.
I'd like to know what they said so we don't repeat it. No, I read what they said. He sent them a letter, like a legal letter saying like, I'm suing you for defamation, or I will it unless you do this. And they just like said, well, they said stuff I'm not going to repeat because I don't want to get done for defamation. I'll show you off camera.
Cut it out, yeah.
I'll show you off camera.
No, tell me now,
I'll
yeah.
pull it up on my phone and show you because I don't remember off the top of my head. But it's interesting. It's what they said was just so obviously, like even just reading it, it's so obviously like a joke. Like they were joking, like just just being a bit silly. And then
Why does the CEO watch like fan podcasts though?
is that concerning?
Yeah. So Justin Pascoe, shout out to you if you're watching right now.
How you going, Andy Warburton? Thanks for tuning in, mate. No, I know we've had club officials watch the podcast.
Have we?
We actually have.
Oh,
I'll tell you that off camera as well. I can confirm we've had at least one club official watch this podcast. Actually, a couple.
but like a
Shout
CEO.
shout out to anyone from any rugby league club watching this podcast right now, because I know some of them are out there. So shout out to them. Sign us as your club's podcast hosts,
Yes.
but only Souths and Bulldogs.
Yeah. Oh, let's cut this out, obviously. Too much drama. Bit of a toxic environment at South at the moment, isn't it? So
Yeah, you don't want to
I
be
don't
part
think
of
they're
it.
worried about.
A
They've got
podcast.
better things to worry about at the moment, bigger things than recruiting
Yeah, well,
someone
you'd
to
think
run
the
their social
Tigers
media.
you'd think the Tigers had bigger things to worry about than suing some fan podcast for defamation.
Exactly, but anyway.
Yeah, moving on. Titans, Panthers, the battle of the NFL teams. I like to call this one.
Yeah. I wasn't surprised by this game. The scoreline, at least. Titans gave it a crack at the
I
start as
was
well.
surprised by the start of the game because Titans were in
They
it.
do it a lot, though. They give it a real crack at the start. but
Panthers
they
were a
just
bit off.
Fall away. They were.
Panthers were very off at the start.
Yeah.
Like dropping balls, bad kicks.
They made it look easy in the end.
In the end, yeah. That Crichton, I think he ended up setting up the try where he just smoked everyone. That just summed it up, really. I think Titans got lucky that they started well and that Panthers started slow because it would have been 50.
Titans
Otherwise-
always start fast, though.
They are first half team.
But yeah, like there's not much to say. Like it was pretty expected this scoreline. You'd
Yeah,
think-
100%.
Like Titans, like I said, they gave it a hot crack.
They did very well to score 14 points
Despite
against
not having
Panthers.
anyone from their regular starting spine playing. I
Yeah.
thought Tom Weaver was okay. Like he's not.
He had a
superstar.
couple of weird moments.
Yeah, he's not Nathan Cleary, so
Yeah. Tough to boot, like to do it against arguably the
Panthers,
best
I
halfback
know.
in the comp.
I know, poor guy. But
Yeah, he had a couple of weird moments, like kicks dead and stuff early in the count, which like good confidence though to do that, but
Yeah.
you also need to execute it, especially like against the Panthers. It was wholesome, the video of like his dad hugging him
yeah,
after
so
the game.
emotional about
Always
it.
love that stuff, hey.
No, he's been a Titans fan his whole life. That guy,
Has
Tom
he?
Weaver. Yeah, there's
There
photos
you
of
go.
him as a little boy. In
That's
a Titans
sick.
jersey. So yeah, it's cool to see.
Yeah, 100%.
People who were born around the hero of the Titans are created now playing for him.
Yeah, that's true, hey, because there wouldn't be many just purely because of like, it hasn't been that long since they came in. I guess close to 20 years now.
Yeah,
so that makes sense.
Nah, it'd be 50, 16,
They came
17.
in 06.
2007.
Oh,
they
07.
came, yeah.
So yeah, 16, 17. So yeah, that makes sense that he's like since he was 2 years old when they came in.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Like growing up on the Gold Coast, you're 2 years old, you just go for
Yeah,
you're young enough to go
they're
for 'em.
getting. They've got very good kids coming through the Titans. I can tell you.
Yeah.
very good kids.
How about the Panthers? Are they winning the comp? Is anyone beating them?
I mean, I think the Broncos can definitely beat them.
Is that it?
I think Broncos got
Like it's only Broncos that can beat them?
at the moment. Yes,
Yeah.
at full strength, I think the Broncos can, but I'm still backing Panthers to win it.
Who else comes close? Storm? Perhaps is
Well,
an
when they're at
extended
their
bench
best,
this
or
week.
like as of right now,
At their like, because obviously at their best, you could say almost anyone.
Eels, Rabbitohs.
As at their best of like what you think they can get to, like not at their
Panthers
best.
at their best as well, though.
Yeah. So like, do you know
I
what
don't
I mean?
think Storm can.
Like as it stands, Souths don't look like they're going to get back to what they were halfway through the season, but you'd assume they get better than what they are now. Do you know what I mean?
You'd have to think so, but
It's like, is there anyone realistically
when all
that
these
comes
teams are at full
close?
strength, I don't think the Storm have like the style that can beat them.
Pappenhausen coming back could
but-
do it.
Yeah, you have to wait and see.
There's
I
a
guess.
lot
I think
riding
South
his
definitely
shoulders,
can. I think the Eels can. Well, the Eels have proved they can.
but they're out.
Broncos can as well.
I wonder if Roosters can.
Nah.
as a
I
real
honestly
dark
don't
horse.
think their attacking style will not get past the Panthers' defense.
Sharks have good attack, but bad defense.
I just don't think the Roosters' defense can get
Knights?
the Panthers.
Are they a dark horse?
They're a dark horse. I don't think they'd win it though. I think the steam will run out eventually.
Warriors, dark horse.
Yeah, they're the same as the Knights.
Can they go with Panthers?
I think the steam will run out eventually. So
Yeah, unfortunately. Be good to see both those teams.
oh, it
win.
would be incredible to see, wouldn't it?
Oh, 100%. Especially, like, imagine Knights somehow getting a semi-final. I don't think it's possible. If you finish bottom 4, you can't get a semi, hey?
What do you mean?
can't host a
No,
final.
you have to be top 4 unless all
like,
the top
at
4
all.
sides. Yeah, no, not at all.
Because if you're bottom 8... Oh, no, you can host you can get a home final week 1.
Yeah, week
In the
1,
bottom
that's
8,
it.
yeah.
But from
But, like, Knights
and
could get a
16.
home final week 1.
Yeah.
That'd be mad.
Yeah.
Newcastle home final.
yeah, it would
That'd
be
be
sick.
sick. The Warriors are in 3rd.
They will get
So they
one
get one
anyway.
week 2 or
if
3.
they lose, yeah.
But they're probably going to play Broncos week 1.
Yeah, apparently it's going to be at Eden Park though. Warriors.
If they host it. Because it is a bigger... Oh,
Yeah.
I want it Mount
Yeah,
Smart.
everyone's saying that. All the Warriors fans
Are they
saying
close together?
that. Oh, they're like on the other side of the city.
So the same city?
Same city, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But like all the Warriors fans want Mount Smart, but apparently
How much is it hold?
Eden Park's bigger. Eden Park's the biggest stadium in New Zealand.
Is that the one they hosted Nines
yeah,
at?
the Knights are at that one.
Hang on, I want to see how much they hold. Mount Smart holds 25.
Yeah, I think.
I guess they just know that they'll
Eden
fill
Park
Eden
holds
Park.
about 45.
They'll know they'll
50.
fill it, hey. 50,000 for Eden Park, so double. But like Shark Park holds like 18. So Mount Smart's big enough, but I mean, why not go bigger and get the money? I guess. It probably is easier for broadcasters and that as well, I'd say. All right, Dragons and Storm.
Dragons are up for it. They've got a win coming, and you'll see my preview. But
You've been saying for a
they
couple of weeks they've got a win
have
coming.
a win coming. Trust
Yeah.
me.
I reckon.
They were so unlucky in this game in the end.
Yeah, no, they did.
They did very
did
well
well.
to stay with them.
Bro, their first half, I thought they were going to win.
Did you?
They
When I
they
saw
came
were
out
up like
really
14
well.
0, I was like, ooh, but nah, Storm's just too good.
You say they've got a win coming against Warriors and Knights, which is tough.
I reckon they can win one of those games in an upset.
You thinking Warriors?
Maybe. You'll
New
wait and
Zealand?
see. You'll wait and see.
The
I've
way
already
they're
posted my tipping video.
the
for
way
this week
they're
as well.
playing, they like this game against the Storm that first half. They looked good.
They did.
And like they competed
They
against
show
Manly,
signs. Like they don't lose 13 plus that often. Like they
even
always
against
lose.
Rabbitohs. Yeah, like they competed against Rabbitohs big time, and then they just sort of drop off at the end of games.
Yeah,
They beat the Tigers the week before.
they're just
Manly.
not used to winning. That's the
Yeah. They're like, yeah, really. They've been competitive even against the Raiders. The last time they weren't competitive was against the Sharks.
Yeah,
And that was
it.
like right near.
The Sharks
around
were
the
very
Ben Hunt
dominant
drama.
in that game as well.
Sharks?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like they've been very competitive. They're paying $6, over $6 against the Warriors on Pickleback.
Well, yeah,
So
'Cause
there
Warriors
is
are-
value. Because Warriors been looking a little bit shaky.
exactly. That's what I said. I think the Warriors have a loss coming, and the Dragons
Yeah.
could have a win coming. Like I said about the Tigers,
You never know.
they won a game,
Yeah.
and Tigers are still fighting to not get that spoon as well.
I think it's if Dragons lose both and Tigers win both,
Yeah.
Dragons get it. Because of for and against, Tigers would need.
Unless the
I'll
Dragons
go
get
that
like
way.
pumped by like 70 in all these games, and Tigers can just like lose,
Yeah.
or not even lose. They have to win one at least, and just
Yeah,
yeah,
because
keep the second one tight and
was
just
trying to
hope for the best.
Tigers can afford to lose one. They got to win one to tie
Yeah, yeah.
with Dragons. But then, they're for and against. So they'd have to get a big, because they won by a field goal.
Come on, Tigers, please. Like, just
come on.
I want money. I back
Yeah.
the Dragons, so.
But yeah, what do you make of this? We sort of touched on it, but what do you make of the Storms? I guess premiership hopes,
They're just
final hopes.
inconsistent, aren't they?
Yeah,
Like, I didn't think they were exceptional in this game.
yeah, they
They have a
were.
really good game, and then they have a real shaky game, and then they have a loss, and then they'll come out and have another great game. Like, they need to get rid of that for finals.
Yeah, 100% they do.
If they go through the finals and they have one bad game, they're gone.
Because as it stands,
They're
they don't look like a team that can string 3 or 4 good games together.
Yeah, like they're not the team the Storm that we've always known them to be. They're just like
Yeah.
they're just their team. Like they're like the Reds. They're just there, really. Like they're winning enough games to get there. But
You reckon they'll get top 4?
yeah,
Yeah, I
reckon
think so.
fourth.
Yeah.
Like it's just
And
like,
then what's that? Panthers week 1 in Penrith You'd
They'll
assume.
probably be the Friday night game. Or maybe, no, it might be the Saturday night one.
They could go out in straight sets.
Still, you reckon? Yeah, well, if
I guess they get the home final week
if they play the
too.
Rabbitohs in week 2, they will.
In Melbourne.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you mean Roosters, yeah.
No, I mean Rabbitohs.
Knights, Rabbitohs. Speaking of the Rabbitohs, let's get it out of the way, mate. Let's get through it.
Look, this was, strangely to say, one of the better games we've played in the last month.
You reckon?
I thought Cook had a really good game. I thought
Yeah.
Murray played really well. Ilias, but we won't talk
He loves
about
a kick out on the full.
Yeah, on third tackle as well.
Yeah.
Cody, it wasn't bad, but he didn't do enough. And that right side,
Defensively.
yeah, and just his attack as well.
Hmm.
Just so poor in this game. And Latrell,
Yeah.
what we could talk about. Yeah, he had a shocker,
Yeah.
absolute shocker of a game. Probably the worst game he's played in his career, I'd say.
Are you mad at him for going to Luke Combs?
Well, that's a whole different story.
Are ya? Yeah.
To make sure he stated it very well today when he was asked about it at his press conference. Half the players in the NRL were at that concert.
Yeah.
It's just Latrell was lucky enough to be caught up on the stage.
That's not luck.
Well,
There's
he
behind the scenes stuff that goes into it, though.
was in the crowd and Luke told him to come up.
Was his mind too much on Luke Combs?
I can't, if another player had done what Latrell did that night, would we be having this conversation?
But would another player do what Latrell did that night?
Probably.
You reckon?
I reckon any player,
I don't know.
pretty much half the players in the NRL were at that concert, would have done that.
Yeah,
If they
maybe.
were caught up on stage.
But
I know
I just
Brandon
don't
Smith
think
for a fact would have.
it's not as simple as just getting caught
I know
up
the
on
Panthers
stage,
boys
though.
for
He
a
would have
fact
been
would-
talking to Luke Combs.
I know
during
for
the
a
week
fact the
and stuff.
Panthers boys would have done that.
They did something similar at Jack Harlow's concert, but
Yeah.
that was in the off season. It's different
No,
circumstances. I
it
don't
wasn't.
think
It was midway through last year.
was it.
Yeah, it was still because it was when Cleary was suspended.
I don't think it was.
No.
Because he said how they were the premiers.
No, he said they were the premiers because they won the year before.
I don't reckon.
It
I
was
reckon
during
it
the
was
season because I
pre-season.
remember the NRL got him for the grand final.
Can I captain's challenge this?
The NRL got him for the grand final.
Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
He didn't play at the grand final.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Nah. Can I challenge?
I'm pretty sure that
I'm
was during the
challenging.
season. That
Let's have a. I'm trying to find it. I swear it was after. Here we go. Hang on.
we had the World Cup and all that. It wasn't that late. It was longer.
That's true.
It was
We
long.
did have the World Cup.
Pretty sure it was August last year.
Jack Harlow concert Australia. This is just one. This is what happens when we captain's challenge. I'm playing this through. October. So just after the grand final.
Was it though?
That's what I'm reading.
I'll have a look.
Feel free to see if you can find anything different. Hang on.
Jack Harlow, Penrith Panthers.
Is this in July?
20th of August.
August. Yeah?
Yeah, that's
You
it.
found
20th
August.
of August.
Sydney?
Yes, ahead of.
Show me.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it.
Yeah, show me.
Wait.
Oh, that's them announcing him to do halftime. I was challenging when he was here. Did he do halftime?
18th of August. Yeah, he did.
No.
He did something
No,
in the
no,
NRL.
he didn't do the grand final. No, he was partnered with Fox League because the grand final was Jimmy Barnes.
Yeah, but yeah. I know that incident with the Panthers. It wasn't really an incident, really, but it happened during the season when they were all at his concert. You're very determined to find out, aren't
Well,
you?
I've challenged. I don't want to lose my challenge, Zane.
Unsuccessful. Oh, no, insufficient evidence.
Yeah,
You
we might
keep
have
it-
to
you
go
can keep it, but
inconclusive. Hang on, here we go. Hang on. All right, Zane, I've got the answer.
what's happened?
July.
It was July.
Challenge unsuccessful.
There we go.
I lose my challenge. Yeah, I've lost my challenge, I think,
I
from
knew
what I've
it-
just found.
I knew it was during
Yeah,
the
so there you
season.
go. So, and then your challenge about Latrell being play on is successful because the Panthers didn't win the comp. Zane, does that mean, is that Noman? I said that's going to win the comp. The last time,
Well, they are.
the
so,
last time
I
an
don't-
NRL star,
Why are we discussing this? Because they are, and they always
they
were.
might. That could be an omen. The last time an NRL star
They're doing
got a shout out at a concert, they went on to win the comp.
I see all these Roosters fans in that Facebook page, 15,000 days of South's failure that they have. They
Yeah.
got such an obsession with us, the Roosters.
Rent free.
15,000 days of South's failure, that would take us back to 83. I don't know why it's that long. Like, why? We won in 2014.
Is this in a Roosters group?
Oh, it's just a group on Facebook called 15,000 Days of South's failure.
Oh, that's the name of the group.
Failure, yeah.
Yeah, right. So it's a Roosters group.
Yeah.
Are you in it?
No. Hainesy's
But
in
you
it,
look
though.
at it.
Oh, Hainesy sent a post
Do
from
the
it.
Roosters live rent free in your head?
No.
No.
I don't ever think about them. I don't care about them. Unless I'm talking like about them or talking to someone about them.
Yeah,
But I
fair
don't
enough.
go on their Facebook
Yeah.
and Instagram page and write stuff like
Do you reckon-
Mr. Brendan Haynes always does.
I was going to say, do you reckon in general,
And
try not to be
Roosters Robbo
biased,
does it as well.
in
and-
general, who is more like living rent free in the other, who's more obsessed with the other team?
Oh, Roosters are more obsessed
Yeah.
with us.
I feel like, I think
Because
that's
Roosters
fair.
fans come onto our page and comment stuff. We don't go onto theirs
Yeah.
unless we beat them.
I do see, you do see a lot of Roosters fans like talking about them being better than South and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Other than vice versa.
Like, I've even seen like proof on Facebook that a very passionate Roosters fan in Brendan Haynes likes South Sydney because he's liked so many posts and commented, interacted on their page so many times.
Even the stadium stuff, you seem to see Roosters fans talk about that more than South.
Yeah.
Saying it's our stadium rather than South trying to
Yeah,
claim,
well,
you know what
we
I mean?
just requested that we move there, and then they just like hissed at us. They're like, "It's
Yeah.
our stadium, get away from it, don't touch it."
Yeah.
Like, we're not like that with the Dogs. Like, we're neutral with them.
Yeah. We share. We're nice.
But,
We're pleasant.
South fans don't leave games and jump on cars and act like maniacs.
South and
but-
Dogs fans, we're super pleasant and we always get along.
Oh, not all the time.
Always.
I mean, like, Good Friday's different because, like, I don't ever have to witness the Dogs fans there. Because, like, we always pump them on Good Friday, and they're like always
In
gone.
recent
They're always
times.
gone by full time. That's what I mean. Like, they leave.
Yeah.
And last night I found out some news.
What?
About Brendan Haynes. Little birdie told me the semi-final last year he left the game early to get to the airport.
No way. Which game would that have
It
been?
was the Simbin Sunday. He left it 5 to 10 minutes early because he wanted to get to the airport.
He left the
I
game
questioned
early.
him about it, but he said his flight. And I said, what if the Roosters had won that game? Would you have stayed? He's
I
like,
don't care if you got a flight. You stay to the end of that game, bruh.
I was like, what if the Roosters had won that game? Would you have stayed? He's like, no, I still would have left with 10 to go. I'm like, yeah, bull.
Mate, I don't care if you got a flight. You stay to the end. I don't care what you. I don't care if you want to fight traffic.
A little birdie told me this story
You
last
stand
night.
by your team and you stay to the end. I don't
It was
care.
after the Isaiah
I don't want to
Tash
hear
try in
any
that game.
excuses.
He left to get to the airport.
I sat through a 66-0 humping to the Knights.
And your club doesn't apologise. Like our
Yeah.
club, my club,
Literally.
we deserve an apology.
We
from
didn't
them.
get an apology. We had our captain come out and abuse the fans.
Well, our club deserves an apology.
For what?
We're top of the table, and now we're fighting to make the 8. Something's gone seriously wrong, and then,
At least you're fighting to make the 8.
well, it's not good enough. Not to South standard. It's
Will
not
they
good
make
enough.
the 8? You reckon?
Yeah, they will.
And then Knights, what do you reckon?
But 8th place is not good enough for South Sydney.
Oh, yeah. Well,
The Knights, yeah, definitely. They're
They're in-
flying at the moment. This is the best they've ever played.
how deep are they going into the finals?
I'll say week 2, I'll say.
You reckon they lose week 2?
Yeah, I reckon they could possibly play the Warriors over there. And I don't think they'll have
Who would they be playing? Souths, Warriors, Sharks, or
Raiders maybe.
or Cowboys
Roosters or
potentially?
Cowboys, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they'd lose week 2. I
Yeah.
agree. I back it.
Yeah, and even if they play the Broncos, like, you know.
Knights week 2 knockout.
Yeah. I've been talking with people about which team has the most annoying like moment like at their stadium, and we all agree it's the Broncos.
Yeah, you talked about it last week.
Yeah, I think I did mention it last
Yeah,
week.
you
but
did.
Yeah, you get up and do
No,
it.
that's
If
good.
your team beats them, you get up and do it. Like I'm sure you saw it at Magic
What do you
Round.
reckon? What about the Viking clap?
I don't find that annoying. You know what I do find annoying? East. It's so quiet and
You got
so
the, you got
dead,
the
is
clap
it?
wrong,
Like,
but I guess you're a fake Roosters
yeah, I
fan.
couldn't care one bit about it.
What's some more annoying crowd stuff?
The Lebanese drums. Oh, actually, no, cut
That's-
that out.
is that annoying?
Cut that out.
Is that annoying?
Cut that out.
He's
Yeah.
going straight to the cut. Do you actually find that annoying?
Oh, yeah.
Why is that annoying?
Oh, because, like, just that Good Friday, they were everywhere. I'm like, Jesus.
It's called passion,
It's
mate.
just like, dun, 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 dun,
Passion,
dun.
bruh.
Yeah,
This is racist.
Oh, yeah, that's why I mean cut it out.
This is racist. Is it
Like-
because they're Lebanese?
Yeah, but, like, with 10 minutes to go, they were all gone by that point. Because, you know, those, like, Dogs fans just...
You'd hate Belmore if you find that
you know,
annoying. Goodness
we
me.
don't see, like, why are... There's some grounds where you're not even allowed to bring drums in.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, clubs are dogs.
Yeah, like how when you don't see South Stream just bringing didgeridoos in the game. Like, yeah, definitely cut that out. I shouldn't have said that, should I? Oh,
No, that's it'll be cut out, but that was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
Lobos can bring their drums. Why can't
Yeah,
the Aboriginals bring their didgeridoos? Like, imagine
Have they tried?
Oh, I'd assume someone has before. You'd have to let it in because you'd get the race card thrown at you if you.
Speaking of drums, Zane, Bulldogs Raiders. Did you watch it?
Oh, I was devastated. Not really. I'll admit.
You
I
didn't miss much.
Yeah.
It was. I'll sum this one
But,
up for
like,
you.
once again, the Raiders refused to win 13 plus. They had to let in a late try. I was
Literally,
like,
they
they're
Liam Knight
finally
at
going
the
to do
end.
it because I kept checking the score. I'm like, they're finally going to do it, but no, they just refuse. They don't
Oh,
want
it's a
it.
joke, isn't
I
it?
think the club has money on 1 to 12 every week.
That's their biggest win of the season. Equal
Yeah,
biggest win of
12.
the season. 12 points.
My God.
Shocking. Us Doggies fans are celebrating that we've only lost by 12, and it turns out it's the club's biggest win of the year.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's not much of an achievement then, is it? No, but I thought the Bulldogs, they were all right. They weren't.
They weren't good.
This
but
wasn't their worst game, like especially compared to the week before against the Knights when we got
Still
towed up. Like they
conceded,
competed.
36 points.
Yeah,
so.
no. And I was saying to someone over the weekend, I was saying the fact that we sit here and we sort of look at this game and go, oh, that wasn't that bad, is really concerning because like that's not the standard that should be set, is it?
Yeah.
Like you'd be throwing up if that's South.
Like, the
losing
Tigers would have been
36,
saying that when they
24.
beat the Dolphins. It's not that bad. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like you look at when you're at the bottom
who
of
was
that, you
your
look
man
for
of the match in
positive
this game
signs
for the Dogs?
from the Dogs.
Yeah. I reckon it'd be Avarillo, from what I heard.
Avarillo was Avarillo was. I thought Braden Burns was quite good.
I heard Sexton was a bit.
He had good moments and he had a couple of bad moments. Same with Burden, because he had a handful of try assists, but he also put a kick out on the full. His goal kicking's
What
not
about
really
Pango
good.
Jr.? How did he go?
I don't know who you're talking about. I thought Liam Knight played well. No, Harrison Edwards would be up there as well for man of the match. He's a gun. I got a lot of time for Harrison
Liam
Edwards.
Knight did he?
Liam Knight was
Well,
good.
it's only 3 errors this week instead of 4.
No, I don't know if he made any errors.
Oh.
I know you're like trying to have a joke and like because he's known for his errors, but like in all seriousness, I don't think he made an error. Let me have a look. I don't know how many like minutes he played.
He scored a try, I know that.
Yeah, he scored that one at the end. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to Harrison Edwards because he played 80 minutes at lock and he can play. Well, plenty of time for him. Harrison Edwards, you'll be coming on this podcast soon, buddy.
Really?
We're going to get him on the podcast. That's a Winston Neville promise.
We've got a lot of players who are possibly in line to get
Yeah.
on this potty. Got some Dragons names, got a Roosters name, we got possibly a South name.
Yeah.
Possible.
Couple of dogs.
A couple of dogs, yes. We got,
Liam Knight, 1 error. Is that a record?
probably?
You'd know, like as a
Like I
South
said,
fan.
yeah, 1 error instead of 4 this week. That's pretty good.
And I also want to give a shout out to the Ock who came in late, played 30 minutes at prop, and I thought he was good at prop. I
can't imagine
that's
that.
his position.
He was running all the balls, was he?
That's his position though. That's the thing.
He just doesn't
It
look like
sounds
a prop,
silly,
does he?
but that's his position.
Yeah, not
Off
the
the
wing.
bench in the middle.
So weird that you have someone who plays a wing who can play
Yeah.
prop as well.
Well, Ahmad, that's the thing. He's been training as a winger not his entire career, but last few years, like pre-season as a winger. If, say, just hypothetically, we reassign him and he does pre-season as a prop, do you know how much muscle he could put on? Because
Yeah.
he's big.
And he's-
Imagine if he actually tried to put on muscle. He could actually be a good prop.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying like
Dogs
paying
will keep him,
halves.
though.
You
Not
reckon?
saying that.
I actually want to keep him.
You reckon they will, though? I can see we'll resign
Yeah.
like a club like the Knights.
I can
or
see him
someone.
staying, but I can also see him leaving. I don't know. I think it'll end up being his call.
He could go to Super League.
Bulldogs
as well,
will
which
offer him something.
I feel
'cause
like
we
I
need
could see him
forwards.
at the Super League as
Yeah,
well.
he'd win a man of steel. But yeah, overall, I thought the Raiders, they did enough to get the job done. The
As
Bulldogs,
always,
the Bulldogs
about
are all
Raiders.
right, but not good enough
You
to
think,
win.
so you think Raiders will play finals?
Give you a hot tip. It depends if Cowboys beat Panthers. Cowboys beat Panthers, Raiders are out. I don't think Raiders win another game.
You don't. So
I
they
think they
play the
lose.
Sharks next week. Who do they got this week? I'm pretty sure they have. I didn't tip them. I know that. Broncos they've got.
Yeah,
down there.
Broncos.
So yeah,
Broncos
they
and
might not
Sharks.
win another.
If they lose both and,
they got a
and
very
Cowboys
good
win,
record
they're
against
out.
They got a very good record against the Sharks, though.
Yeah,
We'll say
they
that.
do very much. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, that is our review.
Review, yes.
All right, Zane, prediction time.
It
Prediction
is
time.
round 26. I've already posted on TikTok, so I'll just rephrase everything I said in
Yeah,
that.
we'll get through these quick. There's no need to bet around the bush here. All right. Before we get into the tipping, Zane, shout out to Picklebet. If you're going to have a bet, you know the drill by now. Get on Picklebet. Use code HOTDOG when you're signing up and place your bets with Picklebet, but do it responsibly. 18 plus only. You win some, you lose more. But bet with Picklebet, code HOTDOG. All right, let's get into the tips. Panthers and Eels.
I just don't think Eels can beat them this time without Mitch Moses. So I'm going to go Panthers 1-12 and Brian Toto.
I'm going Panthers 13 plus out at Penrith.
Okay, yeah.
Without Mitch Moses. I'm going Critter,
Good
the other
choice.
right side player.
Next game.
Waz Dragons over in New Zealand.
I said this could possibly be an upset. Possibly.
You gonna
But
tip the upset?
Stay safe. I'm going the Warriors, and I'm going to go. Ooh, Adam Pompey. Why not?
Pompey, our man.
Yeah,
Our man.
We got to get him on the podcast. Like, we love that guy,
Yeah,
don't we?
that's a good call. I'm going Waz 1-12. Sorry, did you have 1-12 or 13 plus?
I've got 1-12. Dragons don't lose 13 plus that often.
They've been looking all right, the Dragons, as we said. I'm going
It'll be a
SJ
high scoring, I
anytime.
reckon. It'll be like 24, 28, something like that.
Dolphins, Cowboys,
Cowboys.
1-12, 13
I'll
plus.
say 1-12. Dolphins keep it tight, and I'll say Sammy Valemay.
I'm going Cows 1-12 as well. I'm going Drinky at
Drinky.
fullback.
Good choice.
Storm, Titans.
Pappy possibly back, so I'll back him for
Pappy
anytime.
possibly back.
I think Titans always aim up against the Storm. They do. So I'll say Storm by like 14, 16, not like huge blowout, but yeah, Storm by 13 plus. Pappy to score if he plays.
If he plays, he's named it 19th or 18th. Sorry, 18th man. I'm going Storm 13 plus. I'm going to go AKP anytime.
Yeah.
Because he's such a safe option. Although he hasn't scored that much recently, but yeah, I'm going him. Roosters, Tigers.
Hope Tigers win, but like realistically, Roosters should win this. You'd think. So I'm going Roosters. I reckon Suwaliki crosses over in the corner.
You know what? I've hyped up Roosters up all day today. I'm gonna go Tigers for an upset.
Hear that, Brendan Haynes? Oh, Hainesy, sorry. He's going the Tigers.
Tigers
and
for the
I'm tipping
upset.
the Roosters.
I've literally
What
got
kind of
money on
person
the
am
Roosters
I?
to win the comp still from the start of the year, but I'm going Tigers to ruin their season,
I
I
can't
guess.
believe you put money on the Roosters to win the comp.
I thought they'd win it.
Really? I never had them winning it. And I know a lot of other content creators are the same as me. They're like, they're not like a premiership winning roster.
I had them winning it, eh? Their roster's good, but yeah, I'm going Tigers 1-12 and Tupou. Raiders, Broncos. Raiders beat them last time.
They
This is
did.
a
I think it'll
NFL game.
I think this will be different this time. I think Broncos probably like 13 plus because, I think Reece Walsh is
I'm going to go Broncos 1-12 and Stags.
good. Yeah, Stags is a good one.
All right, Dogs, Manly.
I'm going the Dogs.
You're on Dogs?
I am.
Why?
Last home game of the year, I just feel like they're going to win.
You're an idiot.
I'm going to go Avarillo to score.
What's your margin?
1-12.
You're an idiot for going
I reckon
Dogs,
by
eh?
4. To be
Absolute
exact.
idiot.
I reckon to be by 4. 22-18.
I'm going Doggies 13 plus, and I'm going to go Jack Avarillo as well after labelling you as an idiot for tipping him. Sharks, Knights, not
Game
Sharks
of
in
the round,
Newey.
you reckon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to Knights at home. I hope they get a big crowd again. I'm going to go KP.
KP. I'm going to go for an upset again. Sharks, I think it's an upset. Sharks 1-12. And Ronaldo,
Knights are
Mulatalo.
favourites, yeah. So,
Sue.
yeah, Ronaldo's a
Brendan
safe
Hands
bet,
at
yeah.
emote. All right, that'll do us for today. Any final thoughts, Zane?
Nah, good luck with your tipping. If your team's on the verge of the 8, you're just as stressed as me. Trust me on that.
Go the
I
Roosters.
prefer my side to make it, but, you know.
Easts.
Yeah, I hope East don't make it, but good luck to all your teams and have a good weekend.
Game responsibly.